This video tutorial will guide you through the checkout module in MyVision Express 2014. This new module will greatly improve your workflow by allowing you to take payment for multiple orders and multiple people. You will also be able to set up 2-for-1 marketing codes and take pay-ins for anything you like, as well as do additional special manager discounts. The checkout module is disabled by default. In order to enable it, you will go to File, Setup, Company Information. Click on the System Settings tab and click the checkbox next to the word Checkout. You will then click Save. You will be prompted to restart the system. Click OK, log off, and log back in. Now that the changes have taken effect, you will find the checkout under the Orders section by clicking on the arrow and selecting the checkout. You can also reach the checkout by clicking the Payments button in your quick order. Let's open a checkout and add an order. And here's our order. It defaults to a detail view. You can also switch to a summary view by clicking on the Summary Radio button. We will continue with the details view. If you wanted to add any accessories, you can click on the Add box here and type in the SKU for your accessory or scan it in. To take a payment, we'll click Add Payment. If we take a payment via cash, and let's say that the customer gives us $820, when we tab over, it lets you know that $16 in change is due. You can also document a check number if the customer pays by cash. We'll click OK, and you'll be prompted to give the customer $16 change, and we will click OK. Our payments now show in the Checkout Payment section here, and you'll see now that there is a 0 remaining balance. We can go in and print a receipt for the customer. We'll just preview it, and here's your receipt. If for some reason you decide that you made a mistake in the payment, or perhaps the customer wants to pay you via credit card instead of cash, and you need to delete this payment, you would click on the red X. You'll be asked, are you sure you want to delete the payment? And you will click yes. Payment is now gone, and the patient's balance is back to $804. We can now click Add Payment again, and let's say he pays via MasterCard, and click OK. Payment has been changed. We'll save this checkout and close. Let's open a new checkout so that we can check out multiple patients. We'll click Add Orders, and we'll select Charles and Emma Darwin, and click Select. Notice both orders come in. We can now take payment. Let's say via check. Check number 1301. Click OK, and our payment is complete. Let's look at our receipt, and here's our receipt. And we'll close. You can search for any existing checkout by opening a checkout and clicking the search button. Your history will show today's checkouts. You can search by a checkout number, by location, by employee, a checkout date. You can do an order-related search by a patient's last name and order number, and it would bring in the checkout that it was part of, and then you would select it. The Manager Discount button in the Checkout module allows for managers to give a discount in addition to any marketing that may have been already applied to the order. Once clicked, the button will open the Manager Discount screen. You can select the type of Manager Discount to apply, and you can apply an amount or a percentage discount. If you select a percentage, it will convert it to an amount, and the amount field will be grayed out to prevent any changes. To configure Manager Discounts, we'll go to File, Setup, Categories. and we will search for payment methods. In here, I've set up CSAT as a manager discount type. So let's go to checkout and pull in an order. This order, as you can see, already has a 30% off marketing code attached to it. I can now go in and select Manager Discount, CSAT, do a percentage, let's say 10%. Again, notice this amount is grayed out. I cannot edit it. And click OK. You can now take payment and close. Via the Adjustments button in the checkout, you will be able to take a pay-in that is not associated to a patient. This will be especially beneficial to those practices that need to collect money for an independent optometrist. They will be able to take the pay-in, tie it into the optometrist. If you have multiple optometrists, you can enter multiple optometrists into the system and take the payment. It does not have to be related to an order or a patient. If you want, you can tie it into a patient, though, by clicking on the ellipsis button here. We'll close. Adjustments are also set up by going to File, Setup, Categories, Payment Methods. Here I've set up an optometrist and designated as an adjustment-only payment method. If I click on this, the Pick List button becomes available. When I click the Pick List button, I can add doctors to the optometrist category. So I've added two, Dr. MVE and Dr. Rodriguez. You can add doctors accordingly. In a checkout, it would look like this. We'd click the Adjustment button. It will warn you that there's no order, and if you want to take an unassociated payment, we'll say yes. And we'll select Optometrist, Dr. MVE, and we'll say that we receive $50 cash. And we'll click OK. And there is our payment, Optometrist for Dr. MVE. And we'll click Save. Again, if we want to tie this into a patient, we can click the ellipsis button, select the patient. This is just for reference purposes. Click Close. In order to see all of the pay-ins that we have taken in for the day, we would go to File, Reports, Adjustments Report. And we'll do it for today and click Search. And here is our pay-in for $50. And notice here is the optometrist category and Dr. MVE, who is a subcategory. If you had multiple payments for different doctors, they would show with their names and their amounts individually. We'll close. At the end of the day, you'll want to do a corresponding payout to your doctor. File, Setup, Adjustments, Add, again Optometrist, Dr. MVE. Since we are paying out, the amount will be negative. And we'll say we're giving them cash. And save. We can now run the report again. And we can see that it's now reconciled. $50 was taken in and $50 was paid out. This concludes our video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please remember to visit us at Support Central, where you can view additional videos.